Kanye West, I love him. Now, maybe in a few years I'll have to run against him. I don't know, so I'll take that back.
Kanye West has said that he's running for US president in the election on November 3rd, 2020. He's just released a single, and it's not the first time he's claimed that he's running for the White House. But could Kanye West actually enter the US presidential race in 2020? And what would he have to do to make it a possibility?
You can't just say, I want to run for president, put my name on the ballot. You have to get a certain number of signatures, typically signatures that are drawn from all parts of a state. And so that requires organization. Elections are conducted on a state-by-state basis, and states vary in terms of the deadlines they need in order to meet ballot qualifications. So, for instance, big states with a lot of electoral votes, Texas, New York, swing states like North Carolina that could really make a difference. There are several states where the deadline has already passed, so he's not even eligible to be on those ballots.
During the pandemic, and America is still very much in a pandemic and will be for months to come, maybe in the entire run-up to the election on November 3rd, it is very difficult to get volunteers to go door to door or even to meet people at shopping malls and hand out materials. Because it's dangerous, especially for older people. So this is going to be next to impossible. Also, to qualify for the ballot in many states.
You know, he's just such a figure in popular culture that he starts out with an awful lot of free media. So he wouldn't have to necessarily raise as much.
I think it's probably more likely because of his advantage of being a celebrity that enjoys, pretty much universal name recognition and a great deal of personal wealth, that he would do what I would call like a media type campaign rather than an organizational approach to it, doing late night shows or going on cable news and getting a lot of media attention like he's getting today.
Kanye West, you know what? I'll never say bad about him. You know why? Because he loves Trump. He goes around saying, Trump is my all-time hero. He says it to everybody.
Yeah, he's not going to become president. I guess the greatest challenge for Kanye West or anybody else running as an independent or third-party candidate would be the American electoral system. Just like in Britain, we have a first-past-the-post, a winner-take-all system. And that means that, even if you love an independent candidate or a third-party candidate, voters are going to realize that there's very little chance that such a person is actually going to win. And so it's normal to go with your second choice. You go with, the Republican or the Democrat because they're more competitive.
There's no evidence that this is real beyond a tweet, beyond an attempt to get publicity.
Kanye West has been so great. I would never say bad about him because he says such nice things about me.
The biggest hurdle that Kanye West would have if he actually got on the ballot is being taken seriously. I think he would be widely regarded as a joke.
What he could do in the election is what we call a spoiler effect. Now, of course, Biden right now has polling ahead of Trump in a pretty sizable lead. But, if the election was to narrow and Kanye was pulling votes, say 10,000 votes in a state like Michigan, which is one of the swing states that will be really important in the Electoral College, then we would call that a potential spoiler effect.
So what Kanye West might do during the fall is tell the world, tell the country, look, if you're disenchanted with politics, if you don't like these Democrats and Republicans, I'm with you, write my name down as a protest vote. And, and that'll be reported. If I get enough of them, then I can convey this sort of protest mindset. So that's one way that he could make a difference. If he's serious about having a political career, he should start doing things now, like actually developing his own sort of issue platform. It's not obvious what he really represents. He was associated with issues related to prison reform. This was over the last couple of years. So he's got that but that's not a very robust platform. He'd also have to begin sort of making contacts. He'd have to decide, does he want to go the pure independent route? And if so, he'd have to start building an organization, as opposed to thinking about contesting one of the party primaries in 2024. So he's got some strategic decision making to do if he's serious.